Come on, let's get nuts.
Muted, of course, in case. Still. Now, I think I just, still trying to play with the audio. There, yeah. For some reason, it didn't play the audio. Still learning. Anyway, what's going on, Snake? Snake here, we got Niner Fan. Going all aboard. Time to hump. Get some humping going on. What's up, darling? Go, you, Mr. David the Batman. I can give you a nice little shout out. What's going on, Mr. Jason? How you doing? Alright, we got Mr. Michael. How you doing? We got Shadow Ghost. Good to see ya. Oh. Jumping. Yep, I know. Yeah, I got some drop. Thank you. Glad you're liking that. Bonjour. I thought I was like, you know what, damn it. Brought the opening song back, and I was going, all right, we got it all ready to go. You gotta play with the audio. I tell you what, not as simple. What's going on, JK? Got Lane here. I'm good. Haircut. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you for joining. Shrip. All right, so yeah, we're gonna be doing about that. Hey, I'm glad you're. Hey, that's a. I like that. I mean, you're always with the Garza that's right hashtag. I like the fact that you changed it up to that at least, right? It's Simpy Simp. That's right. So yeah, appreciate you guys, of course, joining in on this hump day, of course, and yeah, should have a good little Wednesday here. Oh, yeah, you want to get nuts? Come on! Let's get nuts. I mean, we're definitely going to be talking about a lot of Michael Keaton. I figured that I had to get some of the Michael Keaton drops back because, I mean, obviously we're going to be talking a lot about him because he had just like this big, huge interview when it came to THR and just talking about a lot of things. So we're going to be talking about that because,
I'm Batman.
I mean, apparently, he kind of is, but... Anyway, so let's get nuts. So I appreciate you guys. Yeah, you finally made a stream, Spidey boy, or Spidey Skater boy, I should say. But yeah, definitely doing that. So, oh, look at that, black suit Superman, baby. That's right. Look at that beautiful black suit. Black and silver. Yes. Look at that. So good. So now I still got to put him on his little guy, but look at that. Now I got both. Guys. And I want to thank Mr. David the Batman right there for sending me, because he found one. He's all, I got you. And he sent me this black suit Superman right there, McFarlane. So... Found him. Now I just got to get the damn Batmans and, Aquaman, Cyborg. Got to get the whole thing right there, man. So, loving it. Thank you again, David the Batman, for sending that over to me. I appreciate it. That's what we're talking about. It's community. This is what's great about the community right here is the fact that, people can just do that. Reach out and just like, we got you. It's like similar how, I with certain friends of mine that I have, we switch pops and, when it came to both Supermans, it was like, I was like, I couldn't find either one of them. So both of them got sent to me from other places, which is good. So I appreciate that. Push the button on his back and he says, hope is like your car keys. How dare you, Joey? How dare you? No. Not this guy. Somebody should. McFarlane should make like a fucked up face Superman, a mustache gate Superman. He definitely should. Why not? Yeah, man. So yeah, thank you, sir. This man right here. Thank you. You were awesome. Thank you for finding that for me and sending it over. You were awesome. Yeah, that's right. Damn it. Yeah, I know. It's okay. All right, guys. So I appreciate you clicking in. Make sure you smash that like, thumbs up. Make sure you subscribed. All that stuff. Man, we already got 2 dislikes. What is up with that? Haters already hating? That's fun. That is fun. You know what's funny? It's like last night I went down this rabbit hole of I can't even remember what its name is right now, but I found this found this dude, this like fitness dude who's really funny, and he always posts on Instagram about haters will say something. It's pretty hilarious, you know. I randomly found him on Instagram, and I went down the rabbit hole of his stuff, and you know, when it comes, talking about haters, he always starts off a lot of his IG posts as haters. It's like Harley something, I don't know, but I was cracking up at a lot of his Instagrams because of just all the stuff when he was talking about haters and this, that, and this, and then just what he would put, and then hashtags that he would put also in his Instagram. It was just pretty much, it was hilarious. I can't remember his last name, but yeah. It was pretty funny. I fell down that rabbit hole last night, of course, after watching some Lois and Clark, of course, because that's what I do, because, I can't do that today. I got to watch the What If episode. I still got to watch Long Halloween part 2. I still haven't watched that. So I got to get that in because guess what, guys? And obviously you could see I got, finally got a haircut. So I'm looking, a little fresh, a little more fresh than usual. Yeah, I'm not gonna say fresher because if Scott's watching, he'll just, no. But I gotta. I'm actually, we kind of briefly talked about this, but a lot of you may not know there definitely will not be a vodka stream or a Batman the Fanimated stream this weekend because I'm actually going out of town. That's right, getting out. Got to get out of this freaking place, man. Going to Lake Havasu this weekend, and I'm leaving tomorrow after I get off work, which is like, tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to leave and then head over, my mom and my aunt, and we're all going to drive to Lake Havasu this weekend. So, yes, no vodka stream on Friday, no Batman the Fanimated stream on Saturday. So, I know. I'm probably going to record some videos, to fill the void that is me not being here. So, yeah, so... that's what I'll be doing this weekend. It's going to be fun because it's a family reunion type thing, I guess. We're going to be doing some just family stuff. I got family that does live there, and then family just coming from up north and all that stuff. It's going to be good. I know. Abandoning you this weekend, and we got a tough series too this weekend. Yeah, with the freaking Dodgers, the Giants do. So, yeah. So yeah, no vodka stream, no Batman the Fanimated, but of course we'll return to the normal stuff next Friday and of course Saturday. So Dave, you should. Oh yeah, I probably will. I think I will. I might try to do something. I'm gonna bring my camera for sure and take some cool pictures. So make sure you're following me on Twitter, right there, and Instagram. I'll take some pictorials. If I have some, because I'm really enjoying taking some pictures with this camera, trying to be all fancy photographer, artsy fartsy guy, trying to do all that, trying to be like Steven, or Zach. I'm trying to be like that. So I'll try to take some cool little pictures, but yeah, I'll probably record something, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Your weekend just got easier, right, Carrie? Let's see. What do you say? Just hand the reins to Jose and I. There you go. You guys want to take over the channel? Jeez, I'll probably come back and the whole thing will be just like brought down. Like, what the hell? Hey, what's going on, Michael? Thank you for the super chat. Sure. Okay, any other McFarlane you need? Message me on Twitter. A few stores around me. Have them. Enjoy the vacay. You deserve it. Yeah, it's going to be nice to get out of town for about 3 days, so it's going to be good. It's gonna be good. Yeah, I'll see, because like I said, I've checked my targets, and like I said, the target right over here just was like, hey, you want Wonder Woman 84? Please take Wonder Woman 84. We have all this Wonder Woman 84. Can you just take it? Nobody. But I'm actually tempted to get the golden armor, though. It looks cool. So I don't know. Maybe I will. We'll see what happens. But thank you for the super chat, Michael. Appreciate that. So yeah, no vodka stream. So so begins the end. Hey, it's not the first time. Remember, like a month or so ago, I didn't have a vodka stream. So don't worry, you guys will live. Well, I'll be sipping vodka on the lake. That's what I'll be doing. So yeah, so it's gonna be nice to get out for like 3 days, and of course see family I haven't seen in like 2, 3, 4 years. Man, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. So, oh yeah, you're locked down in New Zealand, poor guy, man. Yeah, this guy. I know. I've been seeing all that stuff in Australia and New Zealand. It's been pretty nutty pants over there. So, but oops, got to turn that off. All right. So, all right, let's go to the tweets. I didn't get the tweets drop yet because I can't find that video. I think I actually deleted it like an idiot. I deleted that. So, but let's go through the tweets and start off the show. Obviously, you guys know what the topics are if you're watching that splash screen. All right, so here we go. Let's go to the tweets. And oh, I didn't have the right transition rate. Oh, whoops. I hit the wrong thing. See, I'm still learning this damn thing, I tell you what. All right. Let's do that. Let's go. Boop. All right. Here we go. All right. Right here. All right. Let's see what happened in the... Oh, wow, look at that. I crossed 13,200. That's pretty cool. Thank you guys for following. Appreciate it. Why is Medusa trending? Oh, it's a video game thing. Okay, cool. All right, so let's go to these tweets. Please no. I what? What are you talking about? Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, like I said, make contacts with people, man. Like, it's not easy to find these sometimes, these damn McFarlane toys. And yeah, like I said... You know, a lot of people will reach out and try to find them for you. All right, we got Searcher of Anti-Live. This is pretty awesome right here from DVGLZV. Look at that. We got some old school covers right here showing some Justice League and Darkseid right here. I will stride across their bones and bask in the glow of anti-life, and all of existence shall be mine. That's right. Black and white cover too. I think Ray Porter actually responded to that. This is great right here. I'm telling you, I could just listen to this man. I really can just listen to this man right here. Make sure. I could really listen to this. Anybody can listen to Denzel just talk about some kind of stories. This is pretty good right here. It's brief, but I can listen to this guy talk about so many Hollywood stories. But yeah, this is Denzel right here.
Let me tell you a Sean Connery story.
Uh-oh.
He was up for The Untouchables. I was up that year for, I think it was Cry of Freedom. And he comes out to present an award and got a 3-minute standing ovation for presenting an award.
Wow.
I went to get the coats. I was going to get the coats because I know I ain't winning tonight. So now we're leaving. I'm leaving without the Oscar, right? But as I'm leaving, I see the back of where they're doing getting the meal ready, the food ready for the governor's ball. I see a big tray. I'm like, I'm leaving here with something. You know what I mean? I'm from around the way. I'm leaving with something. Let me tell you a Sean Connery story.
That's good right there. He's leaving with something. That's right. He knew that he wasn't going to get the Academy Award, but he said, you know what? I'm going to leave with something. And he left with something. Yeah. I'm telling you, Denzel just needs to sit. Denzel needs a podcast. Somebody get that man a podcast. Love Denzel. Protect that man at all costs, I tell you. And happy birthday to you, Robert Redford. Happy birthday. Look at that handsome W. Still pretty handsome for an old geezer. I don't think he really acts anymore, right? Well, he showed up in the MCU and stuff like that, so that's pretty good. Sean Connery's legend. Yes. Sean Connery's legend. I'm legend. Yes. And according to David Lowery, this is interesting. He says the live-action Peter Pan and Wendy movie was inspired by Robert Eggers' The Lighthouse. What? All right. That's interesting. I'm intrigued. I mean, after I watched The Green Knight, I was pretty intrigued by what you're going to do with Peter Pan. But the fact that it's now inspired by The Lighthouse, that, I mean, there are mermaids in Neverland. Oh, wait, I mean, there are mermaids also in The Lighthouse. So I'm just kind of wondering about that. Interesting. Very, very interesting. So, yeah, Peter Pan. Yeah, is Peter Pan going to be, he's going to be showing up in Wendy's windowsill, and, you know, she's going to wake up to, like, seeing, like, little, yeah, I don't know. It's a little interesting, though. Inspired by The Lighthouse. Kind of threw me for a loop. I mean, it says Disney right on top of it, so I'm not sure what's going to be happening when it comes to this movie. But hey, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. And speaking of hotness, hey, check it out. There's some Margot Robbie right here. Photo shoot, looking great. Art Schreiber, pretty good stuff. Oh, and I guess Owen Wilson. Wow, he was interviewed recently about some things. Esquire, he was interviewed, and he says, and one of the things that he talked about was the fact that he let it slip. He said, I let it slip. I had a mustache for Morbius. I got an ominous text saying strike one. Wow. I don't know who that was. We think it might have been Kevin Feige using a burner phone, but that wasn't confirmed. Wow. So, yeah, I'm sure he's joking about that, but you never know. You never know. If he let it slip like that, and Feige runs a little tight ship. So, and then he also talks about how he admits that he doesn't know a ton about these movies and the MCU, the DCEU, because right here he's like, I kind of know about Iron Man. And I was thought, yeah, wow, he can fly and stuff. He's just a normal guy. I've seen Aquaman. He's swimming in jeans. No one can swim in jeans. What are you doing? Wow. Anyways, sorry. There's my terrible Owen Wilson impression. So apparently he had no idea when it came to a lot of this stuff, which, it makes sense. Some of these actors, they probably scoff at the whole superhero genre, and a lot of them probably do. They probably really can't stand it right there. So, but you gotta, you still got to. Oops. Here, I got a super chat. Thank you, sir. There it is. Yeah, thank you for the super chat. Oh, I forgot to put it on there. Nope. I guess I got to do that in the other screen. Never mind. Anyways, I need another screen, guys. I have the other screen. I just got to hook it up. Anyways, all right. So, yeah. So that was my terrible Owen Wilson impression, and that's what we're talking about. Yeah. All right. So then, when it comes to No Time to Die, James Bond, apparently they can't delay it again. And Jesus Christ, stop delaying this movie. Stop delaying all the movies. No Time to Die may not be able to be delayed again at this point. Each release date restart has cost the studio millions of dollars. So, yeah, don't delay it again. Please don't delay it again. Just, I don't know what you want to do with it, but I mean, I know everybody's all thinking about, because of the variant and everything, it's just, it's just such a shit show. Such a shit show. And apparently a lot of posts today, a lot of articles today were talking about actors and the money that they're making. Well, let's just say some actors are making some pretty good scratch. But yeah, Anthony Mackie has closed a deal on Captain America 4. Not sure how much it is, but he did close a deal on it. John Krasinski, of course, showing some love for the Owl, not Ryan Reynolds, because why not? And then the Halloween Kills soundtrack is coming on October 15th. You get a taste of it. Get a little taste of something where I can't really play too much because I don't want to get in trouble when it comes to all that. But yeah, so on October 15th you can get the Halloween Kills soundtrack available for you right there. So and then this was pretty cool right here that somebody tweeted about. It said Michael Winslow, of course, the voice guy, the guy who did all the sound effects and whatnot. Police Academy Spaceballs took a step from acting after his wife passed from a drug overdose in 1993 to become a full-time parent. We like to celebrate what Rick Moranis did for his kids, but it's time we give Winslow the same love. Yes, I agree, because I always loved Michael Winslow, obviously in the Police Academy movies, and then when he had his little character, of course, in Spaceballs was great too. All right, James Gunn says, talked about, all right, what's the inspiration for Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom? Well, apparently it's heavily inspired by a 60s Italian horror film, Planet of the Vampires. You could take the boy out of horror, but you can never take the horror out of... Wait, did I say that right? Probably not. You could take the boy out of horror, but you can never take the horror out of the boy. So there you go. And what's funny about this, guys, there it is. There it is. I actually looked it up. Planet of the Vampires. And oh, man. I mean, I could see how this movie could have frightened people as kids, back then. But it had like that similar
Let's prepare for
that overlay where it just like goes, ring, and then of course the swipes and all that stuff. Unknown terror. I mean, it's a cheese ball of a film, that's for sure, but my God. But what's interesting, I mean, it's about creatures that are on this planet that take over human bodies.
Attack like vampires.
See? Dun, dun, dun. Oh, the fast zooms. Oh, you gotta love it. You gotta love it. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I had to look it up when he said that, because this actually gives me a lot of hope for the Aquaman sequel, because it's sounding to me like they are giving James Wan free range to do what he likes to do. I mean, yeah, I'm not saying that the first Aquaman didn't have that, because obviously you had that scene where they had to go to the trench. That was pretty freaky. And those creatures, and when they're on the boat, and I mean, that whole scene was probably the best scene in the first Aquaman. But what's cool about it is the fact that he's saying like that. So this kind of makes me think like, okay, is there going to be something that's going to be taking over people in this movie? There's definitely going to be a horror element. I know it's not going to go like that crazy with it, but I mean, I'm just kind of wondering like, okay, so if he's talking about like, if he's comparing it, or the inspirations from this movie, that literally you're in a different place and creatures are taking over people, I don't know. I kind of like that. So I'm curious. I'm curious now, and I really hope that Warner Brothers just gives them free range to do anything. No Jeff Johns, right? No guy with the ball cap on this one. No guy with the ball cap. So definitely no guy with the ball cap. So I think we'll be okay with that. So I don't know. I when I read that and then I looked at the trailer, I figured, you know what, this could be good, guys. This could be really good. So pretty awesome for him to say that. And I'm just like, please, Warner Brothers, just let this guy loose. Let him do something cool, because he's not going to return for your third one. He's already spoken about that. I don't know if you guys heard that, but apparently when it comes to James Wan, he doesn't like to do the third one. He'll do the first two, but he doesn't like to do the third one because he gets bored, which makes sense. Okay, he's that kind of filmmaker. Sure, that's fine. Pass it off to somebody else. Why not? But apparently, apparently he does not want to do a third Aquaman. He's just going to move on to the next thing. I'm looking forward to that Malignant movie too. So, but yeah, Planet of the Vampires, Aquaman 2. Why not? Anyways, all right. I thought this was funny right here. My fall plans. The Delta variant. Jeez. You know what's funny is that's Vasquez. That's Vasquez from Aliens. Yeah, that's the same actress. For the longest time I never knew that was the same actress. But yeah, that's Vasquez right there from Aliens. And apparently Robert Pattinson earned $3 million for playing the Batman. Playing in the Batman. Wonder how much he'll get for the sequels, though. He's definitely going to get probably twice as much. But yeah, I kind of would like to know like what the different paychecks when it comes to the Batmen. How much did Keaton get paid for both? How much did he get paid now? That'd be interesting. Batfleck, of course, Clooney, Kilmer. I wonder how much they all got paid. But yeah, Robert Pattinson apparently got paid $3 million right there. And then happy anniversary to this classic, one of the only good Paul W.S. Anderson movies out there. Mortal Kombat was released 26 years ago today, 1995. Holy shit. Still the best, still probably one of the best video game adaptations. Certainly the best Mortal Kombat, because the last one just wasn't as great. So, 6. Of course, got that. Yeah, and then they're even talking about Venom 2 might get delayed yet again. I don't know. It's all stupid, man. Just stop. Just come on. I don't even know. Mr. Stephen Colbert, he wrote this article yesterday talking about the Suicide Squad may have received great reviews, but it underperformed at the box office, showing Warner Brothers learned the wrong lessons from Batman vs. Superman in abandoning all its plans and making such huge changes. It's like, yeah, they're fucking, and it's not even really, I mean, when it comes, read the article before you're like, well, it's not always about the box office now. Of course it's not. And he addresses that too in the article. Some people, of course, don't read the article. They just read the fucking headline and go and just, But what he's kind of stating is the fact of the matter is like changing the tone and trying to go after that Rotten Tomato score did not work in Warner Brothers' favor. It didn't. So it's a good article. Check it out. That's what he's getting at, is the fact that, yeah, they freaked out when they saw that Rotten Tomato score for Batman vs. Superman, and then they, of course, try to do a lot of changing, and then you got the Suicide Squad, R-rated, crazy movie, got a great RT score, but, sadly, it didn't do as well as it should have. So, yeah, here's a breakdown, too, of some notable TV salaries. You got Henry Cavill was getting $400K an episode of The Witcher. David Harbour was getting $350 to $400K for Stranger Things. Pedro Pascal for Last of Us, which is coming up, he's getting $600K an episode. Jesus. Jeff Bridges cleaning house. He's getting $1 million an episode for The Old Man. And Winona Ryder was getting $350 to $400. So she was getting paid the same as David Ayer. What the hell? David Harbour. What the hell? I thought women made less. What are you talking about? Jeez, that shouldn't be right. She should be making less. Because everybody tells me that they're always making less. Except for, the Hollywood machine is a totally different machine. Anyways, the patriarchy, guys, come on. Released the Ayer cut, still going pretty strong. Didn't really see it trend too much today, but people all this week are basically just, they're keeping it going. They're definitely keeping it going right there. So I thought this parallel was cool. Look at that. It's like the exact same facial expression and everything with the finger out there. See? Leto, keeping it going, keeping it consistent. They got the same eyes, everything. Look at how good that is. 2 different Jokers, 2 different worlds right there. Same actor. I like it. I definitely like it. What did I get canceled? How did I get canceled? What? Oh, you guys talking about that? It's almost like they have the, yeah, no, it's crazy, right, Jose? But I just love the fact that it just looks like that. I don't know. I just really dug that. So, and speaking of McFarlane toys, can I get the Superman with these accessories? I want to get the Lois and Clark Superman with the accessories that he wears right here to go punch an asteroid. That's right. In this episode, this is where Superman goes and punches an asteroid in half, and then he falls down to Earth and he loses his memory. It's pretty cheesy, but, it's still a good episode. So that's the episode I watched last night. Apparently he had to wear this stuff like a tank and, just in case he needed to breathe, which he doesn't need to breathe. And then he had he had this little headset that an operator at some company, that some telemarketing company would actually wear. Do you think that thing's actually going to survive in space? And he's going to go punch an asteroid, but hey, why not? Jeez. We'll see. The parallels. What's going on, Shemagic? How you doing? Sure. I thought this was funny from Mr. Ricky Burrick. He made his own makeshift DeLorean right there out of his motorized cart, at his motorized chair, and he took a picture with Christopher Lloyd. I love that. That's good stuff. Good stuff. And then of course we got some awesome concept art of the Batwing in in Batman Forever right there. So good stuff. Good stuff.
I'm Batman.
Whoa, why does that keep happening? Yeah, well, we'll be talking about you. Don't worry. I think Michael Keaton's getting a little crazy with that. Are you?
I'm Batman.
I know, we get it. We get it, man. But you don't have to keep on saying it.
I'm Batman.
All right, fine. You're Batman. We get it. We get it. And, yeah. Let's see. Great Scott. Yeah. I know. Did I get canceled again? I think I did. But anyways, I meant to bring up this right here because I'm, like I said, I'm still working stuff out. If Justice League is canon, how is Warner Brothers going to reconcile Keaton's Batman theme in the Flash movie when Batfleck used it in Justice League? That's an interesting point. But are they going to use the theme? I mean, I guess they probably are, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting because, I mean, obviously, I forgot who's scoring the Flash, but yeah, it's going to be interesting when that actually pops up right there. But anyways, thank you, Thomas, for doing that. It's not canon. But then again, somebody brought up the idea that, hey, maybe the other Barry is from the Justice League universe. I don't know. That could be, like I said, that could be interesting. But yeah, let's talk about Michael Keaton. Let's talk about Michael Keaton. He just had a big, long, lengthy interview of God, get off that. He had a big, long, lengthy interview with the Hollywood Reporter, and of course they asked him all kinds of questions. It's kind of ass. Did you just say the Batman thing is kind of ass? I mean, that's the same theme that's used for the Batman the Animated Series. Joey. I don't know if it's kind of ass. It's just, it's cool. Don't worry. But I don't know. I still like it, but it didn't fit for Batfleck. That's for sure. And I remember hearing it and going, "Hey, that's cool." But it's just like the John Williams theme didn't fit for Cavill. It fits for certain people. So maybe it will fit for Keaton again. But I just kind of wonder what they're gonna do about it. So I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. But yeah, let's talk about. Let's get to the Keaton stuff here. Let's get to this interview right here. So here's the interview right here. It's pretty good. It's long and lengthy, but yeah, I suggest reading it. Got some good, of course, some good shots of Keaton. I'm telling you, man, 70 years old, still looking good. Michael Keaton on reviving Batman and the power of saying no to Hollywood. So they talk about a lot of things, and of course they go through his whole career and everything, and it's really cool, naturally. And yeah, I mean, there's one movie that they don't talk about enough, and I tell you what. But of course they always talk about Mr. Mom, Batman, Spotlight, Birdman, all that. They talk about that, of course. But they never talk about Multiplicity, man. I tell you, if I ever get to interview Michael Keaton, I'm going to ask him about Multiplicity. If you guys haven't seen Multiplicity, do yourself a favor. It's excellent. It's definitely excellent. Yeah, no Keaton slander. There better not be any Keaton slander. Stop it. No, but yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, go check it out. It's really good. It's a really funny movie. And doesn't get talked about enough. But we're just gonna kind of scroll through here because I don't want to read the entire thing. Like sometimes I just go crazy with it. But he talks about how he's more than half Irish and we talk too fucking much. How does it feel to know this entire hour could have been pared down to 3 sentences? I love that. He's a talker. He's definitely a talker. So it's good stuff. And then yeah, we'll scroll down to where he starts talking about, reflecting on Batman, and he gives praise, of course, to Tim Burton in the first Batman movies and stuff like that. I didn't realize he passed on Splash. Apparently, they wanted him. I guess Ron Howard wanted him for Splash. Remember Splash, and Tom Hanks took the part, but he turned it down. And of course, it says the third Batman movie, he turned that down too. He said, "I was offered a couple of roles that I didn't do that to most people didn't make sense. But if you ask me, you're not betting on yourself. That would be worrisome. Back then, I did have a strategy. I wanted to provide myself the opportunity where I could have some choices. I want to see how wide I can make this career." And yeah, that's good on him. He passed on some of these big roles. Do something a little more challenging. It's cool. So, right here it says, when Burton first wanted to cast Keaton as Batman in 1988, it was a controversial choice among producers and executives at Warner Brothers, the director says. I had met with lots of square jaw type of actors, but it's like, well, why does somebody need to dress up like a bat? They don't look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. They're not a big action hero. And there's somebody who's intelligent and kind of screwed up. And Michael was has such an intensity that it's like, yeah, I could see that guy wanting to dress up as a bat. It's all rooted in the psychology, Jekyll and Hyde, and two sides of the personality, light and dark, and he understood that. So that was Burton's idea. He didn't want the traditional look. I mean, Burton's Batman, I mean, his whole Bat universe, even with the villains and everything, I mean, he changed a lot of it up. And that's what's so funny about it, is like when people don't really know the source material about a lot of things. I mean, when it came, he gave Joker a real name, and we technically still don't know his real name. He gave, and then of course he flipped it. He removed Joe Chill, made it where Jack Napier killed the parents, and then of course when it came to Batman Returns, Selena Kyle was not the Selena Kyle that we know. She wasn't that thief who was, all about the cats. She fell out a window, and some magical powers, cat-like powers, brought her back. I did like what he did with the Penguin, I think, the most, because obviously you had to go, okay, are you going to go the mob boss level now? He went, oh, this is a deformed baby that gets thrown into a cold sewer by oh man, really dark shit when you really think about those two Batman movies, man, I tell you. It said, even though he has appeared in films for both DC and Marvel, in which he plays the villain Vulture in the Spider-Man series, Keaton was never a comic book fan, and he has been stunned by the genre's growth. He credits Burton with the industry's realization that superhero films can be just a lucrative but artistically ambitious. What Tim did changed everything. Everything you see now started with him. Well, you got to credit Donner too, I guess. Richard Donner, don't forget about Richard Donner. If you really think about what happened between 1989 and now on a cultural, corporate, economic level, it's unbelievable. While Keaton is awed by the phenomenon, he confesses he doesn't totally get it. After the first Batman, I am not sure I've ever seen an entire comic book movie. I just never got around to it. So you're talking to a guy who hasn't in the zeitgeist of the whole world. When I went down to do the Marvel things in Atlanta, it's an entire city dedicated to Marvel. They'll be doing Marvel movies forever. I'll be dead, and they'll be doing Marvel movies. That's pretty morbid there, buddy. When Keaton shot Morbius, which is weird how they spaced it out right there, a Marvel movie due from Sony in 2022, in which he reprises the Vulture role, the filmmakers started talking him through the logic. Started talking him through the logic of the fictional universe, referencing recent Marvel plot points. And this is where apparently Michael Keaton just didn't understand Multiverse, which makes sense. He's not a comic book guy. He's in his, late 60s. He's not going to understand this stuff like we're going to understand this stuff. So he said right here, I'm nodding like I know what the fuck I'm nodding like I know what the fuck they're talking about. I go, oh, huh. And I'm thinking, you may as well be explaining quantum physics right now to me. All I know is I just know my guy, and I know the basics. So finally, they were looking at me, and they just started laughing. They said, you don't know what we're talking about, do you? I said, no, I don't know. I don't know idea what you're talking about. I don't know. What? Yeah, I think there's a little typo there. Anyways, and then when it came to The Flash, he also didn't know, because obviously Andy Muschietti had to talk to him about the lightning-fast protagonist breaking the rules of physics to crash into various parallel universes where he'll encounter different versions of DC's heroes, including Keaton's Batman, as well as Ben Affleck's. So he actually gave he was impressed by the script from Christina Hodson and Muschietti's vision, and he was intrigued by the possibility of returning to the character he helped shape in the public imagination. He says right here, frankly, in the back of my head, I always thought, I bet I can go back and nail that motherfucker. That's right. I love the fact that he's just like dropping F-bombs throughout this whole thing. Keaton says of Batman, a role he walked away from when he didn't like the script of the 1995 Joel Schumacher movie, Batman Forever, which ultimately starred Val Kilmer. And so I thought, well, now that they're asking me, let me see if I could pull that off. It took him some time to wrap his head around the parallel universe concept. However, I had read it more than 3 times to go, wait, how does this work? He still doesn't know how it works. Oh, man. Hopefully he knows how it works now, but what can he do? They had to explain that to me several times. By the way, I'm not being arrogant, I hope, about this. I don't say it like I'm too groovy, I'm stupid. There are a lot of things I don't know about. And so, I don't know, I just kind of figured it out, but this was different. What's really interesting is how much more I got Batman when I went back and did him. I wonder if he's, see, that's weird that he said, like, I went back and did him. Past tense, is he already done filming all his stuff? I don't know. Pretty interesting. I never looked at it like, oh, this is just a silly thing. It was not a silly thing when I did Batman, but it has become a giant thing culturally. It's iconic, so I have even more respect for it because what do I know? This is a big deal in the world to people. You've got to honor that and respect that. Even I go, Jesus, this is huge. So there you go. And he's done directing and all that stuff. So read that whole entire thing. It's a good read. And yeah, man. Rock on.
I'm Batman.
Exactly. He is Batman right there. So good on Keaton. Good on Keaton. So it's just kind of funny. Like he couldn't explain the whole multiverse concept. He didn't understand it, which, it makes sense because it is kind of complicated, and it is going to be interesting how they kind of explain it in the Flash movie. Like luckily when it comes to Morbius and whatever the hell, when it comes to like the Spider-Man, we already got a lot of explanation when it comes to the multiverse when it comes to Marvel. But when it comes to the DCEU, it's going to be interesting what they say about it and what they do. He's an old geezer. Let's see. The fact that he read the script 3 times and still don't understand concerns you. It's okay, Mattia. You'll be all right. He'll be all right. I'm sure it'll be fine. It's not everybody's going to understand the multiverse concept. And thank you, Rhett Proctor, for the super chat. Let's see. What'd you say? It would have been awesome if Titans had got Ben Affleck to play Batman in the show. I feel him and Brenton Thrut, I can never say his last name, Nightwing. Yeah, I agree. I when people put made some little fan art with those two together, they look good. Look good. You would think that Dick Grayson can work with that Bruce Wayne. Totally 100% think it could have, but yeah, sadly haven't. But yeah, so there you go. There's Keaton talking about all that, not understanding the whole thing. But again, he didn't even understand the Marvel multiverse stuff, and that's all been pretty much explained when it comes to what's been happening in the MCU right now. So I wouldn't worry. But the whole fact of the matter is, again, when everybody was freaking out thinking that he's just going to replace Batfleck, and don't think that's what's going to be the case, but he's going to definitely play a version of Batman. And yeah, you guys are talking about the Val Kilmer doc. It's called Val. Go watch it, man. It's really good. A little heartbreaking, but still very, very good. Brenton is a foot shorter than Affleck. Wow. He's a tall dude. That's fine. Robin always had to be, as long as he's just like a little bit smaller than Batman, I think it'll be fine. I think it'll definitely be fine. All right. Kevin Feige responds to Shang-Chi Backlash. That's right. So, I don't know if you guys have been keeping tabs on this. I know, I always forget to turn that off. I know there was a little bit of backlash there's a couple little things here. It's really dumb because, you knew there was going to be backlash no matter what, because no matter, it's just this is the hardest thing when it comes to, especially when it comes to the big movies. And then when we're going to have a movie that's going to be, okay, we're going to show some, we're going to go into a hero that we're going to have multiple, of course, Asian characters. We're going to show off the culture and everything. So, but of course, in this society, any misstep, it's just going to get blown up. And then I'm sure Kevin Feige was, when Black Panther came out, and there was things that he had to say with that. When it came to this, now it's even worse because we're years later, and you know, the woke culture, I guess you could say, the cancel culture is really just, they're just waiting. They're just waiting for anything. They're like reading everything bit by bit and like, wait, was that racist? Oh, I think that was, you know. So first off, what happened, I think it was like a week ago, was like, they were talking about how they mentioned how, I think it was who's the well, let's see here, let me bring it up right now. It was Marvel head, let's see, no, not that, let's see, yeah, Bob Chapek, when he was when they were talking about, let's see, Marvel Studios boss, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, when the CEO was talking about, when he was doing the investor call and he was talking about Shang-Chi and Free Guy, apparently he talked about how that's going to be an interesting experiment for us, as the film only has a 45-day theatrical window. So he called it an experiment, and then, of course, people went kind of buck wild, kind of went a little crazy about that. So the whole thing about calling this an experiment, yeah, I guess that didn't sit well for a lot of people, which is kind of like, okay, well, wait a minute. There's been a lot of experiments when it came to a lot of this. Like, you know, I think Guardians of the Galaxy was kind of considered an experiment. Ant-Man also. And then, of course, you know, the experiment of the 45-day window thing. I don't know. I think that's what he kind of meant. But, of course, it took on a life of its own. And then, of course, even like I think, yeah, you're spotted on Twitter. Yeah, Liu. He, the film's star, he actually went on Twitter and said, "We are not an experiment. We are not the underdog, the underestimated. We are the ceiling breakers. We are the celebration of culture and joy, and will preserve after an battle year. We are the surprise. I'm fired the fuck up to make history on September 3rd. Join us," which is good. Yes, I like his energy. I like his energy. But again, I don't really think that they were going for that kind of stuff, you know. Iger, yeah, no longer Iger right there. Turned it the main character. But then we have, of course, Kevin Feige response to the Fu Manchu. What is it? What, the Fu Manchu backlash right here? Because apparently, you know, Kevin Feige says right here, response to this is now, we're talking about China. We're gonna be talking about China, of course. You know, I always, every time when we talk about China, I gotta mention it. Even though nobody even, like, you know, people still try to put things on me. What are you doing? What's Biden doing? Look at what he did. It's a pure shit show over there. Anyways, there you go. But yeah, he responds to China's backlash, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, particularly in regards to the perceived inclusion of Fu Manchu. So, yeah, this is now, Feige is kind of like doing this. He said, "Fu Manchu is not a character we own or would ever want to own. It was changed in the comics many, 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 many years ago. We never had an intention of having him in the film. Definitely, Fu Manchu is not in this movie, is not Shang-Chi's father, and again, is not even a Marvel character and hasn't been for decades." So, geez, instead of Fu Manchu, Shang-Chi's father in the movie is Wen Wu, or the MCU's actual Mandarin. So, there you go. But yeah, I tell you what, Feige is just like, come on, just give me a break. That's what sucks too, is like, you know, let's just get the movie out there. And then I worry too, like, oh, if the movie ends up not being a success, is there gonna be blame on things? And, you know, they're gonna blame it because of people, and I don't know. It's just, why don't you use TikTok? Why TikTok? Nah, I know. Because of China. That's right. They're looking at that stuff and they're taking all our privacy. That's right. Well, I'm not going to use TikTok. I could use TikTok, and I blew up on TikTok like crazy. But yeah, I don't want China peeking in. I want to be private. That's right. Take a drink of water. I've tried to use TikTok, but it just, I don't know. It just, I haven't quite figured out how I approach TikTok. So, yeah, you got me on that one. He's legend now? Yeah. I don't know. People are just triggered too easily. So, they're going to try to find something more on this. You better believe they are. They're definitely going to try to find more on anything than when it comes to this movie. Just like, kind of just let the movie come out. Yeah. And then they'll somehow blame Snyder fans. Yeah, like you said, Dave. All right, now we got the original Green Lantern ending. So this is kind of cool because Martin Campbell right now is promoting the movie that also Michael Keaton's promoting, which is The Prestige. The Protege, not The Prestige, The Protege. Come on, say it right, Dave. Prestige is a whole other movie. I just realized I have this open right here. I have my blinds open. The sun's starting to set, so needed to close that. Anyways, so The Protege is coming out. Martin Campbell was talking about it, and this is what he had to say about the original ending when it came to he says terrific ending when it came to the original, the 2011 Green Lantern movie. Let's see, he says it right here. All right, so oops. Clicked something, did not want to click. All right, so Green Lantern director talks his scrapped terrific ending. Martin Campbell says the budget cuts scrapped his Green Lantern ending. So he says right here, the problem was, I remember in the last 6 to 8 weeks of pre-production, every day, and I mean every day, we had meetings about cutting the budget. We need to cut the budget. How are we going to cut the budget? Every goddamn day. So yeah. So Warner Brothers, of course, doing what Warner Brothers does all the time, is always worrying about the budget and thinking that whatever that they're making right now, instead of just letting it be, obviously this was what, a couple few years before Snyder did Man of Steel. But yeah, and then he continued by saying, I had worked out a terrific ending for the movie. I remember I had this quite big office down in New Orleans, the production offices, and I plastered the walls with storyboards. It was like wallpaper everywhere for the ending of the movie, and they came in and said, we can't afford it. You have to cut it all. Jesus. I mean, that's got to suck. When you have all this work and you have it all everywhere, and these suits come in and go, nope, can't afford it, sorry. Sad. So in the end, they came up with the crap ending that he calls it. I love that he calls it the crap ending. However, having said that, I never should have done it, but I did it. I don't think I did a good job. So for me, for superhero movies, there are better people than me who ought to be doing those movies. I think you would have done fine, sir. I think you would have done fine if they would have just let you do something good. The ending of the movie saw Ryan Reynolds, Hal Jordan fight in the big bad, let's see. Yeah, that's the original, Parallax in space, who eventually falls into the sun and is killed. Campbell explained that his version would have involved instead, to be honest, there was a battle in the streets between the four lanterns, between our heroes, Kilowog, Sinestro, and obviously Ryan Reynolds and blah, blah, blah. And blah, blah, taking on a huge kind of monster that was taking over the city and was really the Magnificent Seven in a way, or the Magnificent Four. However, it did not come to pass, so there we are. So he had the other lanterns coming in as opposed to just like showing up at the end, right? Didn't the other lanterns just kind of show up at the end after he defeated Parallax, but he was like effed up or something, and they made sure to grab him before he fell into the sun or something like that, if I remember correctly. But yeah, so they were going to have a fight in the streets, or fighting a monster that was taking over the city, and it would have been a nice little like Magnificent style like showdown. Yeah, that's something that would have been cool, obviously. But Warner Brothers, Warner Brothers just being Warner Brothers, they didn't like the black suit. So yeah, that's sad. Released the Martin Campbell cut, but I don't think they actually shot that. Remember, they were like, that whole shit show was, they were changing stuff with the script right as they were filming, all kinds of things, man. I tell you what. Warner Brothers just being Warner Brothers. But yeah, so that was the original ending right there, and I love the fact that Martin Campbell is being very open about it right now, and he says, the shit, or what did he say? I forgot. He said something, what do you call it? The bad ending or whatever. Yeah, that's good. Good on him. Good on him for saying that. But yeah, that's all they were worried about was the budget. That's got to be such a pain in the ass. I mean, that's why when people, now, when it comes to Marvel can just, they have money to burn, obviously. But back then it was probably a little bit more difficult, but it's just you just worry about Warner Brothers even now, especially after Suicide Squad. It's like, yeah, I mean, I don't think it wasn't a full-on flop because you got to think of streaming, but it wasn't a huge success that they obviously wanted to be. So yeah, Taka's fault. It's all Taka's fault. That's right. I keep forgetting that Taka Waititi was in there, but he wasn't that annoying. He wasn't Free Guy annoying. So at least he wasn't that. So yeah, Taka. I always forget. Yeah, he was like his buddy, and then of course Blake Lively, and that's where Ryan Reynolds met the mother of his children, Blake Lively, because my God, that had to be interesting. But yeah, didn't he also say that they were like riding on a train together somewhere, and he like begged her to have relations with him? I mean, I'm sure it's a joke, but Jesus Christ. You're Ryan Reynolds, man. You had to beg? Then again, it's Blake Lively. So, anyways. All right. Speaking of people that should not be together, let's see. Whoops. There we go. Johnny Depp, ready to sue Amber Heard. This guy's ready to go. All right, bitch. All right. Yeah. Enjoy Aquaman 2. Yeah. Enjoy your vampires in space, whatever the hell that James Wan said. Enjoy that. Because apparently, and I know some people are like, oh, God, these two again. And I get it. But at the same time, it's just like, it's interesting when you see the certain things that are going to develop. Because I talked about it earlier this week about, and I gave you guys the question, is it fair? Because obviously, I'm not on either side. I'm not on the justice for Johnny Depp side. I'm not on the justice for Amber Heard side. I'm on these two are fucked up and are very toxic together and are very pretty side. I don't know. That's where I'm at. I'm right in the middle. I'm not subscribing to either one of those sides, and I hate that whole discourse when it comes to Twitter and everything. But I imposed the question of, is it fair that out of all the evidence that we've seen, that Johnny Depp is basically getting boycotted, he's getting blacklisted. He's got a movie that's been released internationally but has not been released here, and basically his career is shit. He's going bankrupt, and she's filming Aquaman 2. Is it fair? So that's the thing. That's the question I kind of had, and I was like asking you guys when I was talking about that earlier this week. But some new developments have come about, and the developments are, oh my God, judge rules Johnny Depp can now sue Amber Heard for $50 million. Wow. Yeah, he needs it. He definitely needs it. A Virginia judge has ruled that Johnny Depp can move forward with a $50 million defamation lawsuit against ex-wife Amber Heard over the WAPO op-ed. The judge has ruled that Johnny Depp can move forward. Yes. Heard and Depp met on the set of their 2011 film, The Rum Diary, which wasn't that great. Heard filed for divorce the following year, igniting an ongoing legal battle between the two that played out very publicly. Yes, I know, too publicly. Recently, Depp won a lawsuit against Heard concerning her donating the settlement to the ACLU. He wants to prove that she actually didn't donate that. If that came out and that was true, that she actually didn't donate that money, that's going to hurt her a little bit, I think. Not for, her fans, but, the actress says she would donate the entire settlement to the organization, but Depp claims she did not. Yeah, that's going to be interesting when that rolls out. So, one of those lawsuits concerns defamation in the U.S. Heard asked that a judge throw out the lawsuit in Virginia based on the UK ruling, but documents obtained by People via EW indicate that a judge will allow Depp to proceed with the lawsuit. The suit in question concerns an op-ed written by Heard in the Washington Post about domestic abuse, and because the terminology in the op-ed is different from what was used in The Sun, the judge refused to throw Depp's lawsuit. So, there you go. She does not name, she was good about not naming him and all that stuff, but still. So, looks like Johnny Depp, he's going to go after her now a little bit more. It's going to be interesting. Yeah, Depp is over, yeah. I mean, that's what's so interesting about this. Like, what's going to happen when it comes to all this? Is it going to work in his favor? Is it going to be revealed that, she didn't donate all that settlement money that she was supposed to the ACLU? I was always kind of wondering about that. I kind of, see, this is what's going to suck too, because if stuff comes out, what are they going to do about Aquaman? If more stuff comes out that is against Amber Heard, what are they going to do about Aquaman? It's going to be a little bit of a challenge there when it comes to what they need to do. I mean, yeah, I don't know if they're going to try to CG her out like they, that's what's so interesting about nowadays is like if there's something that comes out about somebody, I mean, like look what's happening with Titan season 3 because the guy who's playing Scarecrow apparently has some sexual misconduct stuff that's coming down on him, some accusations that are coming down on him. It's like, what are they going to do about that? Are they going to reshoot some shit? I mean, this whole thing is not going to be resolved anytime soon. So what's going to happen if more stuff comes out against Amber Heard? What are they going to do when it comes to Aquaman 2? Obviously, they should just keep going, just release it and be like the hell with it. And then when it comes to Aquaman 3, just recast or I don't know. But nothing's probably going to happen. Nothing enough where they have to actually do something like that. So I don't think that's going to actually happen though. But I don't know. I'm just kind of wondering like what is going on when it comes to all that. The way I see it, Warner Brothers should keep Amber and Disney should keep Captain Jack Sparrow. Yeah, I could see somebody were like that. I don't know what the plans James Wan has with Amber. Yeah, I don't know how big her role is, but it's going to be pretty significant. So if they wanted to get rid of her, they would have done it already. Yeah, she is here to stay. I know. And I have no qualms with it. Like I said, I'm not on either side of this argument right here. I'm really not. Like, I don't really care. I'm like, yeah, fine. It's perfectly fine. But like I said, I just had that question of like, was it fair? Is it fair? Like, what's happening right now? It's because he's blacklisted, and the reason he acted that way was over stress with Hammer. Yeah, it's just it's a whole big thing. I hope Amber Heard gets fired from Aquaman 2 and gets replaced with Tignatara. Nice one. People, yeah, I know. Who gives a shit, right? So, yeah, and yeah, that's another thing too. A lot of people were kind of worried about that when Zach did the additional photography with her. They were kind of going, "Oh, is that a good idea?" I saw a lot of people not really. The people who are not for Amber Heard were not too happy about that. So that was an interesting little back and forth when you saw on the timeline when that whole thing came about. So, but yeah. Anyways, if Amber Heard, if you like Amber, you support actual abusers. See, I mean, there's people that are on both sides of the argument right there, and like I said, I think they both abused each other, and I'm just saying, maybe some heat will come down on Amber. Who knows? I guess time will tell. But it's going to be interesting if something really bad comes about, and then what are you going to do when it comes to Aquaman? What are you going to do? All right, guys. So there's all that. I'd rather have Tig than Amber. You guys rather have Tig than Amber. I know. It's okay. All right, let's go to some Twitter questions before we wrap it up here. Boop, 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 boop. I know. And see, this is what I do. I talk about subjects that get you guys all riled up in the live chat. It's what I do. Okay, I'm like, dance, puppets, dance. Yeah, that's what I do. How you like it? Just kidding. No, I want you. I love you guys. You know that. We have a nice little film junkie community here. Let's not all yell at each other. All right, let's go to some Twitter questions right here. All right, Mr. Darren, laugh now, cry later. What's going on? What's going to be the standout of fandom this year between the Batman, the Flash, and Black Adam? Also, I'm still pissed the Batman isn't coming out in October. That release date was perfect. I know. It was coming out on my birthday, man. Yeah, I totally agree with you. I'm like, damn it. It was coming out on my birthday. I was really excited for that at one point. I think the Batman will be still the standout. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I think the Batman will be still the standout when it comes to fandom this year. Eric, Dave, question. Do you see Zaslav and crew greenlighting a Man of Steel 2 standalone when they secure their authority? Some HBO Max spin-offs for that end, maybe? P.S. Quick reminder to Friday. It's Lois Lane. Oh, yeah. That whole thing. It was Lois Lane Day yesterday, right? And now tomorrow is her birthday. It's crazy that she's like pushing 50. She looks like she's like 31 years old. I don't know if Zaslav. I mean, you'd think, especially with like Campbell's values, like getting, big time. Oh yeah, there's this beauty right here, the Weta Workshop Joker. He's got the crowbar, guys. He's got the fucking crowbar, and he's holding the mask. Oh man, it's beautiful. Look at that thing. How much is it? I gotta see how much this is. Oh my God, it's $900. Whoo, man. Anybody got $900 they want to throw me? Go ahead, send a super chat. I'll order this right now. My God. That is pretty expensive, pretty up there, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Look at that thing, man. That face and everything. Whew. Tell you what. Michael, Dave, I finished Batman The Long Halloween 1 and 2. Excellent. Definitely right up there with The Dark Knight Returns. So, the awful box office success of The Suicide Squad, is it obvious that that's due to most DC fans not supporting the films? Because of Warner Bros. Pushing aside, I don't know if it's about that. I don't think it's 100% that. I think it's just the marketing wasn't that great and pandemic, and there's a lot of things. But at the same time, I'm wondering how many people are watching the shit out of it at home. That's the thing. That's the thing that I wonder about. And yes, I need to watch The Long Halloween Part 2. And I'll probably watch it. I don't know when I'll watch it. Damn it. Hey Dave, I hope with whatever you're doing with the whatever they're doing with the DCEU, they need to announce spin-offs on HBO Max. Well, that's what they're kind of doing, and that's what that cocksucker, Walter Hamada kept saying that. Yeah, we do spin-offs on there, Yeah, I'm sure that's what I'm sure DC fandom's gonna have maybe some of that. So, Ryan, hey Dave, I know you liked Val. I as well. Saw this article today where a company has created an AI voice for him, which is amazing. I'm wondering if they'll use this for Top Gun Maverick. So that's interesting. So this is like his voice, huh? The following was created by Val. Oh, okay, let's see. Do I have it turned up? Where is it at?
We're all driven
Oh, there it is.
to share our deepest dreams and ideas with the world.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
When we think of the most talented creative people, they speak to us in a unique way.
Insane.
A phrase we often hear is having a creative voice.
Sounds just like him. Definitely sounds just like him. So interesting. Didn't they do that with Bourdain? With his doc that came out? Didn't they do something similar to that? They created his voice. Yeah, AI gave Val Kilmer his voice back, but critics worry the technology will be misused. Yes. Yeah, I know. That's what's going to be creepy. We're in a weird time right now where, yeah, you could literally put somebody's face on somebody else, make it look legit, and then now you can take an AI and gather every little bit of audio that you've recorded and then make actual sentences out of it. So it's interesting. It is pretty cool. It is pretty interesting. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it is creepy though. It is. I will say it is creepy. So all right. Well, that was cool. Thank you for that, Ryan. Appreciate it. So, yeah, that is cool. That is pretty interesting, right? It's because DCU has damaged the brand. Yeah, they've damaged it a little bit. Yeah, boomstick. How do you explain? Okay, you guys don't argue. We'll be okay. It's all good, guys. It's all good. Let's see. People just love. Yeah, I know. People just love to shit on DC. I know it is true. There'll come a time though when people start shitting more on the Marvel, when probably like 10 years from now, when everything kind of like settles down and they start, I don't know, because they've been doing movies longer, I mean, going back to what Michael Keaton said when it came to Burton, but then of course what I said when it came to Donner, it's like, yeah, kind of all started with DC, and now that there's been different versions, it just sucks that they couldn't quite get a lick on what they wanted to do when they wanted to expand their universe. Even though Zack knew exactly what they should do, it's like, I'm gonna do this and set up this. Okay, I'm making the foundation. This is the branch. You guys can do that. This is gonna be the story and the trajectory of the story. Okay, that's what I'm gonna do. But feel free to do what you want to do, and that's exactly what was going to be the case. But they said fuck it, right? Ugh. So, anyways, all right. So fuck Eternals. Yeah, that's right. The Eternals. I am not curious. I don't know about you guys. I'm not interested in the Eternals. I'm not. Like, I see stuff and I'm going, all right. I saw the, I think like, I don't know, was it Entertainment Weekly or something? They showed like little stills from the movie and I went, I don't know about the characters really. And there's just no kind of interest. Like the only thing that interests me is the fact that they have an Academy Award winning director who just won an Academy Award for a very small movie, and the fact that she actually pushed to have them not do so much studio work, green and blue screens, that she wanted to actually have these actual locations and not just, because let's face it, we've seen the behind the scenes stuff. I mean, they utilize a lot of green screen, which most of the time, you can't even tell, which is, yeah, you commend them for it, but it is better to have like those. I think it's going to be a beautifully shot movie. It definitely is going to be a beautifully shot movie, but I really don't have that much interest in it. So, yeah, see? Yeah, even saying, like, it looks kind of boring. So, it actually looks kind of boring. Ooh, Birds of Prey worse than Catwoman and Green Lantern? I don't know about that, Forth. You might be... But, hey, to each their own, right? As good buddy Ray, Flightcast always says, it's all suggestive, right? All suggestive. That's what he says, right? So anyways, guys. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Appreciate you guys being here as per usual. Sorry, like I said, this week was all about trying the new OBS, the Streamlabs OBS. And I think for the most part, it's definitely made everything look a lot sharper and everything. I'm just still trying to utilize all this stuff, right?
I'm Batman.
It's like the only drop I have right now. But yeah, I'm just trying to get all this stuff back. And yeah, I just really appreciate you guys' feedback. I know, I've been getting a lot of positive feedback on the way that everything's looking and everything. So really enjoying that. But yeah, like I said, I'm going to try to do, I'll do the normal Film Junkie shots tomorrow. But obviously you guys watch the whole show. You don't need to watch those. But I'm going to post some reviews. I'm going to watch What If. Hopefully I'll try to get The Long Halloween part 2. I'm going to try to get that out there somewhere. Hopefully, maybe I don't know when I'll be able to watch it, but I'll try to get some stuff out there. And then, like I said, maybe I'll do like a vlog or something from the river, from Lake Havasu or something. And I'll promise not to be that intoxicated where I'm thinking, hey guys, what's up? I just drank a bunch of lake water. Yeah, I'm trying not to do that. I'll try not to do that, but yeah, like I said, no vodka stream this Friday and no Batman the Fanimated. But, of course, the following weekend will definitely be there. So, anyways, guys, appreciate you watching as per usual. Make sure you smash that like thumbs up before you leave. And of course, hit the like thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed. And make sure if you want to join Film Junkie, you want to be a member and help out the channel even more than you are right now just watching, go ahead and do that. Like I said, I have members-only vlogs and streams that are on there. And then, of course, I got the Patreon if you want to really support the pirate ship on that. That is provided down below, along with merchandise down below and all that. And, yeah, guys, love you. And, yeah, I guess I'll see you, I don't know, next week. See ya.